Welcome to this checkpoint course on threat prevention. So far, so good. We've been able to configure IPS, antivirus, and antibots. We've also configured data loss prevention. We've configured application control. We've configured URL filtering. So in this particular module, we're going to learn how to configure content awareness. Now, with content awareness, you can choose to permit or deny the upload or download of certain types of files based on their file extension. So to do this, all we need to do is check this content awareness blade. Having checked it, then the next thing that we're going to do will be to click on OK. So we'll come to security policy, and then in our security policy, we're going to create a security layer for content awareness. So all we need to do is right click on policy, click on edit policy. So we'll scroll down to access control. We'll click on the plus icon. We'll select new layer, and then we're going to call this content awareness. So if users are trying to upload or download certain types of traffic, Checkpoint is going to check the policy to see whether that file extension is permitted or not. So we'll uncheck firewall, and then we'll check this box that says content awareness. We'll come to advanced, we'll change the implicit cleanup action to accept. We'll click on OK. We'll click on OK. So if you notice, you will see content awareness as a policy layer down here. Okay, this is content awareness. Let's check what the default cleanup rule is. We'll just close this. Okay, so the cleanup rule is set to drop. We'll just change this to accept. We'll choose to log this. So we're going to create a rule above, and then as an example, we can say maybe as an example no .exe files. Okay, so we don't want users to download executable files, so we can say no exe files. Now the source, we're going to select HQLAN. Destination is going to be all internet. Let's put all internet. Service and application will be any, but the content is where we're interested in. So we're going to put exe. Okay, so we want to prevent the upload or download of exe files. Now for the direction, you can select whether you want it to be download, upload, or any direction. So as an example, we want to stop upload or download in any direction. So it's going to be dropped, not just dropped, but then we want to see the blocked message access control, the user check showing. And then of course, we want to log this. So having done this as an example, we're going to click on install policy. So we'll just publish and install. And then after the policy has been installed, we're going to run a test. Would go on the internet, and then we'll try to download an executable file, and you would observe that the executable file would not be downloaded. Why? Because we created a policy on content awareness that is meant to block the upload or download of .exe files. So we'll just wait for this policy to get installed, and then after the policy has been installed, we'll run a test on the internet. Okay, so the policy has been installed. We'll keep on waiting. Okay, we'll keep on waiting. Okay, while it's installing, let's open our web browser. Okay, so let's check policy installation. So now that policy installation has been completed, we'll go on the internet and then we could visit, as an example, let's see, any website that has downloadables. So we can visit, as an example, let's search for Wireshark. I know Wireshark has some executable files that are meant to be downloaded. So we could click on Wireshark. Okay, let's click on download. Okay, let's see if it's going to open the portal. Not just opening the portal alone, but let's see whether we can download the executable file itself. Okay, there is this window installer, which I want to assume is an executable file. So I'll just click on Windows installer. Let's see if this will download. If it downloads, then we need to check. Okay, it downloaded. So this means that we need to check our policy to understand why why this executable file had to download. So we'll come to policy. We'll take a look at this. Okay, so everything looks fine. So what we can do would be to, okay, let's refresh this page. Then let's click on download. Okay, it is showing that download was completed. But if you look at the bytes, this is actually 0 bytes. Okay, this is 0 bytes. So it cannot be installed, like 0 kilobytes. If you try to install this, it would not work. But okay, just to prove this, we could come back to executable files and then we could, let's say we could disable this rule and then we'll click on install. Okay, so we've disabled the rule and then we want to visit Wireshark again to check the real size of the file. So we'll just wait for policy installation to get completed and then we'll run that test again. So now that policy installation has been completed, we'll go back to Wireshark's website, we'll refresh the page, then we'll click on Windows Installer. So let's see the actual size of the file. If you can see, the actual size is about 75 MB, which is downloading. Why? Because we've disabled this policy that says no executable files. Okay, so let's stop the download though. This was just to confirm if Checkpoint was really blocking it. So we could just stop the download. Okay, let's go to our download folder. We could just clear everything out there. Okay, let's just stop. Let's clear what is here. We'll come back to the policy and then we're going to enable it back. Okay, now that the policy has been enabled, we'll install it again. And then aside Wireshark, we'll also visit multiple URLs to try to see whether we can download executable files. So we'll visit VLC, we'll visit VLC's portal, we'll visit File Hippo and many more websites to see whether we can download executable files. So we'll just wait for policy installation to get completed. So now that policy installation has been completed, we'll come back to this website, we'll refresh the page, and then we'll click on Windows Installer. Let's see what happens. You can see it's not downloading, like it's showing 0 bytes. Okay, let's go to VLC's website. Let's see, that should be Videolan, I think. So we'll just visit VideoLAN VLC. Okay, let's click on official download. Let's see whether we can download VLC Media Player. Okay, while this is coming up, let's also visit filehippo.com. Okay, so let's click on any random, player. So let's see any random file. Let's search for, okay, let's pick a random file, just any random file. Okay, let's pick AnyDex. Okay, AnyDex should be .exe. If it's .exe, let's see. Okay, let's click on download latest version for Windows. Okay, while this is coming up, let's also visit, okay, VLC is still taking some time. Well, for this AnyDex, okay, let's see. This is not downloading. It's refusing to download. Okay, let's go back to VLC. Let's see. Okay, we're still waiting for VLC download. Okay, it's not downloading. However, it's saying that if download does not start, we should. Okay, let's see. You can see 0 bytes for VLC. 0 bytes. Even AnyDex, 0 bytes as well. Okay, so if we go to the download folder, you'll see that each of them, they all have 0 bytes. Therefore, they cannot be installed. Why? Because Checkpoint is blocking the download of these files. So with this, we've come to the end of this particular module. I'll meet you in the next one. Thank you.